I was committed to doing the work because over time the work pays off. Welcome to another episode of Failure is Knowledge Podcast. And here at Failure is Knowledge Podcast, we turn failed lessons into success. And today we're going to talk about why dreaming is so important, why you should never stop dreaming, why you can start back dreaming for yourself, for your future, for your goals, because it's something that's here for you. Your dreams are meant to come true. And until you pursue your dreams, this is the moment you start to grow within yourself. But see, to grow within yourself, you have to understand there's a process behind the journey. There's a process behind your growth. There's a process behind your dreams. If you're not dreaming, you're not living. And when you're not living, you're not pursuing a particular goal. So in this episode, we're going to speak about the importance of dreaming and how you can start back dreaming today, because it matters the most when you start dreaming, when you start achieving, when you start chasing your goals, because you have to be willing to do the work, not only for yourself but for time and for you to improve within yourself. So get ready, get your notebook out, get your pen out, because today we're talking about your dreams, and why your dreams is the most important thing to ever chase, because your dream is going to make you live. Your dream is going to make you feel good. Your dream make you feel good about what you are doing. So the first point I want to hit on, I want to say, this is your first time here at Failure is Knowledge Podcast. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and really engage with the conversation, because we're diving deep on dreams. I remember when I was younger, my mom used to tell me that if you dream a lot, if you just have a thought, if you have an idea, if you pursue it, you have to be willing to work towards it. You have to be willing to pursue everything that you have in mind, because if you don't pursue it, nothing will come from the lack of effort. You see, it took me a while to really understand what she really meant. What she really meant is that if I wanted to do a particular thing, not only did I need to be an idea, but it had to be a goal, a dream, or something that I really wanted to pursue. Like, I wanted to be a good football player, and over time, as I was growing up and developing myself and becoming and learning more about football, it took me a while to understand that football is a skill that you have to develop every single day. Football is knowledge that you have to gain every single day. You see, one day I dreamed to play on Friday night football, and when I went to a Friday night game, I was like, one day on this field, one day I'm gonna play where people can see, and the stands are going crazy. One day I'm gonna play on this field. When I was younger, that dream didn't seem like it was a big goal. I just saw an idea and knew I wanted to be on that field. You see, when you dream, it's an idea. It's unrealistic until you make it realistic. You see, it took me a while to even start playing on Friday nights. But what I was committed to was learning how to play on Monday nights. Well, I was committed to playing on Tuesday nights. I was committed to doing the work, because over time, the work pays off. If the work is not paying off for your dreams, then you're pursuing the wrong goal. I had to learn that if I wanted to pursue a particular goal, I had to do the work. You see, doing the work is so challenging, because how do you know you're doing the right thing? How do you know the work that you're doing is positioning you differently, because you're willing to do and learn more about a particular thing? Life, as you are learning about a skill, the skill comes from an idea, and the idea comes from you exploring the opportunity. I never tell myself no. I never doubt I do doubt myself from time to time, but I never tell myself no. I never disqualify myself, because if I disqualify myself, I can't understand what opportunity is there for me. It's not until I start recognizing the growth that I have to grow into. If I'm going to disqualify myself, I need to be hurt. I need to be broken. I need to be to a point where I can't necessarily walk. When I was younger, I tore my ACL, and it was a point where I couldn't necessarily walk. It was a point where I couldn't necessarily run. It was a point where I couldn't necessarily get up on my own. You see, it was so difficult for me to sleep because I had pain in my knee. I had pain after having surgery on my ACL. I had pain in the healing process. But see, pain without work is understanding that you have to pursue a particular goal. It takes time. It takes pain. It takes suffering. But if you're not in pain, doing the right thing. If you're not in pain, are you pursuing the right goal? If you're not in pain, learn that your dream can come true. You see, when I was alone doing my ACL recovery, it felt lonely because I couldn't necessarily play football anymore. I couldn't run. I couldn't play at the speed that I was playing, at the what is it called, at the effort that I was giving. I couldn't give it because I gave it my all, and I tore my ACL. At that time, if I would have let that moment define my life, if I would let me tear my ACL define my future and stop me from dreaming, I would have stopped dreaming a long time ago because I didn't understand the process of recovery. Times in life when you stop dreaming, you stop recovering from the pain. You have to be willing to cover from the pain to know that your dreams can come true. But they only come true from effort. I only got better from my torn ACL from going through therapy, from doing the work at home. I remember one exercise he gave me. He said you gotta lay in your stomach, you gotta hang your legs off the ground, and when you lay your legs off the ground, you have to let the gravity do the work, because when you let the gravity do the work, that's when your legs are getting back stronger. Now you also have to do the exercises where you have to do the leg extensions, meaning you have to raise your legs but add some weight to it. You have to get a rug and put it on the ground, put your feet on it and just slide so you can get more mobility in your knee. But see, if you don't have a dream, you don't have a goal. If you don't have a goal, you're not working towards anything, because if you're not working towards anything, you don't have any pain. Pain stops people from dreaming. Pain stops people from thinking. Pain stops people from pursuing a particular goal. You see, we all have goals, yet many times in life the goals are non-existent because we don't understand the process that we have to go through to get to the next level. You see, one thing about dreams is that when we was younger, we always dreamed a lot. When I was young, I knew I wanted to play in the NFL. I wanted to play for the Patriots. I wanted to go pro. I wanted to dream. As I got older, I didn't understand the importance of dreaming. Not only did I not understand it, I worked with it. I didn't give the effort to it. I got older and recognized that if I stop dreaming, if I stop living, I stop pursuing a particular goal. I can only have a goal. I can only do better. I can only improve when I learn how to improve myself. Dreaming is something that stops a lot of people, because how do you start and dream something new? How do you dream something different? How do you dream for your future? You see, that's the thing. You have to dream by getting around different opportunities. You have to dream by getting around new people. You have to dream just by hearing things differently. Because when you have an idea, that idea never leaves you, because that idea is going to stay with you forever. And it's until you recognize that when you have an idea, it's because you saw something that you see yourself doing. When I saw the football field my 9th grade year going into high school, I saw the opportunity. I said, I knew I wanted to do this. I knew I wanted to see this. I knew I wanted to feel what it felt like playing on Fridays. When you have a dream, you have to feel what it feels like playing on Fridays. Because Fridays is the end of the week. In fact, it's the end of the week because that's when the weekend starts. You see, when you stop dreaming, you're only thinking about the weekend. When I stopped dreaming, I was only thinking about the weekend. Like, I don't really want to go to therapy anymore because it really hurts. You see, pain hurts. Dreaming hurts. Doing the work hurts. Everything that you do is going to have some pain behind it. But that doesn't mean just because you have pain, it's the end of the world. In fact, it's the beginning of the world, because it helps you learn how to dream yourself. In order for you to dream, you have to have an idea. My mother was a single mother raising 3 boys. My mother, who was a single mother raising 3 boys by herself, she had a dream to teach us how to be young men. She had a goal to raise us accordingly, to not only be respectable young men, but to be young men that had goals, that had dreams, that had ideas. My mother, she has 9 degrees. I'm sorry. She said that she don't have 9 degrees because she working on her 9th right now. But I'm speaking into existence, because so she gonna already pass her PhD test and get the qualification for it. So I'm speaking into existence. So 9 just sound a lot better than 8. So she has 9 different degrees. The fact that she's able to learn something new every single year, every single day, and set a goal for herself shows the determination that one has to have them to accomplish their dreams. You can only accomplish your goal when you are willing to do the work. The amount of classes that she had to sit into, the amount of lectures that she had to listen to, the amount of professors that she had to go through, what a dedication. You call that dreaming. You call that pursuing a particular goal. When I was younger, I didn't understand the amount of work that my mama did until I got older. When I got older and started doing the work, I said, man, she did a lot. She had to provide for us. She had to provide for herself. She had to provide for the house. She had to provide food. She had to provide gas. She had to provide everything. She had a goal. But she had a dream. But she had ambition. You have to be willing to push yourself more than you could ever imagine. Because dreams only come true. They are discovered through pain. When they are discovered through something that you don't even expect to happen. When they are discovered from something. To dream is to have an idea. Martin Luther King Jr. said it the best. You see, he said, I have a dream that one day we will all come united. One day we will all be kind to one another. One day I have this dream. He had the dream, but you have to start with a dream, knowing that you can make your reality come true. Dreaming is just a thought. If you really want to be honest, dreaming is just an idea. Dreaming is just something that you can't really see. But in life, you have to be willing to see things in your mind first before you see it in reality. You have to see it with your eyes. You have to see it with your mind. It's kind of like having faith. You have to step out onto faith to know that you can do a little bit better. You have to step out on without knowing what's going to come next. You see, I started this 90-day challenge making $100,000. And so far, I've only made $217, but I had to invest it back into the business. Now I'm around $10 and some change. You see, I'm sharing this with you because I had a goal. I had a dream. I had a thought. And I'm nowhere near making $100,000. But what I am near is having more clarity around how I can help people. I want to help people launch their podcast so they can start sharing, so they can get confident on camera, so they can share their message and speak to the right audience. When this challenge made me more clear because I had an idea. I saw someone else do the challenge and they accomplished the goal that they was reaching for. Knowing that if I tried to do the challenge, I fail. If I try to do the challenge and do the impossible, is it even possible to make $100,000 in 90 days? You see, I did this challenge to understand how I can help people, to have a formula behind helping people, to have a way of helping others. You see, I can only help others if I know how to help them accordingly. Life shows you that as you are getting around other people and seeing different opportunities only come from you understanding what's in front of you. I had to learn this challenge not only made the challenge incredible, but it taught me so many different lessons because every day brought something different. Every day saw something, created a new opportunity. Every day my dream was coming true. I want to help entrepreneurs launch their podcasts so they can start getting confident on camera, so they can share their message and speak to the right audience. But how do I know the right person is going to listen to what I'm doing? How do I know the right person is going to listen to everything that I'm doing? How do I know? You see, I try not to worry about the things that I don't know and try to dream by acting on the work that I need to do for today. You see, life shows you that when you focus, you're able to dream big. There was a book called The Art of a Deal, and it says, if you're going to dream, not dream big. If you're going to dream, why not dream big? Because your dreams are meant to come true. And if you have a little dream that you're not acting upon, how do you get better for your dream to come true? You see, when I read that part, I said, man, I don't even need to read the book no more because now I got the concept of the book. If you're going to have a dream, if you're going to do a dream, if you're going to believe in a dream, you have to be willing to dream. You see, dreaming big is the most important thing there is because how do you know you're dreaming big? How do you know that it's going to pay off for you later on in life? You see, you don't until you actually start doing the work. You see, I admitted to doing the work because as I'm growing within myself, I learned that in order for you to get to a particular place in life that you would like to go, you have to be willing to do the work. You have to be willing to dream. You have to be willing to learn. You have to be willing to continue to show up. Your dream only shows up You put effort towards your ideas. I didn't recognize that I had to have ideas in order for me to dream. You see, dreaming is more than just a thought. Dreaming is more than just an idea. Dreaming is more than things that we can ever imagine. Dreaming is pursuing a particular goal. Dreaming is doing the work no matter how hard it gets. Because life is going to throw you a curveball. Life is going to throw you things that you don't even expect or not expecting it. Where your dreams come true. Because you have to be willing to do the work. So when you don't stop dreaming, when you learn how to dream again, you have to be willing to reinvent yourself to discover the ideas that's going to bring new opportunity for you. You can only have opportunity when you understand that opportunity is right in front of you. I'm doing a podcast in a nice studio. It's a lot nicer than mine. And as I'm doing this podcast, I'm really understanding like the importance of elevation. At some point, I'm going to have a studio to the point where like it's nice. Not only am I going to have one studio, but here's an example of me dreaming big. Not only am I going to have one studio, but I'm going to have a podcast studio across many different states where I can actually continue to bring value to entrepreneurs so they can launch their podcast and so they can get confident on camera, share their story, and speak to the right audience. You see, this is an idea that I'm sharing with because I want to share the importance of dreaming. Not only are you dreaming, you're seeing things differently. I'm thinking of this one podcast room, and I'm thinking about multiplying it to many different podcast rooms. But see, this is an ideal. This is the point of me dreaming big. How can I dream big if I don't understand the importance behind it? There's a goal that we all are reaching for. There's something that we're looking for. And in order for us to reach it, we have to be willing to dream, and keep dreaming. Because your dreams doesn't come true unless you're willing to work for it. I had to learn that I had to be willing to work for the dream that I always wanted. Because no one was going to come and get it to me. Just like when I told my ACL when I was younger, no one was going to make me healthy unless I wanted to be healthy. No one was going to make me do the exercises unless I wanted to do the exercises. No one was going to make me do anything unless I had the desire to do it. Your dream, you have an idea, when you have a goal, you have to be willing to do the work. The work is going to show you that you're doing something right. The work is going to show you that you're doing something wrong. The work is going to show you that you have to keep doing the right thing so the right thing can become your dream. Your dream is something that's always there. We get older as we go through life, as we go through different pain and situations. We don't understand what we are going through is actually preparing us to what we are growing into. You see, I wrote a book called Mastering Your Mind, 10 Tips to Shift Your Mindset. And in this book, there's a section that says, learn as you go, grow as you learn. You have to be willing to go along your journey, go along your dreams, go along your ideas, and grow within everything that you're doing. Because to be better, you have to learn how to be okay with where you are at. You have to be willing to learn on the journey. Well, I keep hearing this quote, and now that it makes sense now that I'm on this journey. They say the destination is never the goal, because once you reach the destination, then that's the end of the journey. Whereas the journey is the goal, because everything that you go through, you're learning things differently because you see it in a different light. You understand more, you learn more about the things you didn't understand in the beginning. You learn as you are going along the journey. So the goal isn't the destination, whereas the journey is the goal, because the journey will discover how dreams can come true. And I recently learned that, I not necessarily recognized it, but I learned it because I've really been pursuing more of like worship, understanding like the importance behind it, why it matters, what's the goal of it. Like, I really be an efficient entrepreneur if I became from entrepreneurship. Like, my mom was a single mother raising 3 boys by herself. She didn't understand the entrepreneurship route. She didn't understand that route. So as I'm learning the what is called the field of entrepreneurship, I have to give myself grace to learn this new information, because it's something new to me. It's something new that I wasn't necessarily ready for. I stepped into it without me being ready for it. In life, when you step into opportunity, you have to know that you can't be ready for everything, because you don't know what everything is going to consist of for you to get to the next step. Having an idea, it comes from like this. So first you have a thought, So I'm gonna use this studio as an example. For those of you just listen to the podcast, I'm in a phenomenal studio called the Temple Bay Wave, and the DCE Productions has installed it. They did the installation of this. And as I'm in this room, first I'm looking at everything, like black things on the walls, and what these black things are, they're soundproof. There's things that keep the sound inside of the room, so the outside of the room doesn't hear everything that's going on in the room. And then you have like the TV right beside me. The TV, it can be like your logo. You can be like anything you put right there to promote. And then on top of it, you have the company that sponsored this particular room. And then like you have like the chairs, the tables, the microphones, the cords, the headphones, the other TV, the soundboard, the lights. Like things started with an idea. This room was blank. Like it's nothing in here. But then someone came in here and created the idea, and then the idea got executed because it was a dream. An idea is just a dream. You can't necessarily accomplish your dream if you don't have an idea. If you have an idea and you act on the dream and you act on the goal, this is what can come from it. Like opportunities come from, things can be created, opportunity can be established, and it only comes from you having that idea in the first place. Dreaming is having the idea in the first place, because when you see it in your mind, you can bring it to life, because now you're able to see something different. You're able to see your thoughts be put into reality, and now that it's reality, now you're able to help everyone. I'm not going to say everyone. You're able to help the right person, because the right person has friends. The right person communicate the language or understand your language that you're going through or that you're sharing. And you understand that it only came from an idea. When you have an idea from your dream, you have to be willing to execute on it. You have to be willing to act on it. You can't put it off to tomorrow, because tomorrow is not promised. You never know how long you're going to put something off until something that you put off, someone else has the idea for it. You never know. You just can't predict everything. What you can do is that you can act on what you know today, which might not be a lot, because when I started entrepreneurship a half a decade ago, I didn't even know it was called entrepreneurship. I just thought it was called video creation and talking to the camera and speaking and providing value the best way I knew that I could provide value. And as I was in the Marine Corps, I'm trying to figure out everything I want to do. I'm trying to figure out why this is important, why I'm constantly thinking about this one particular thing, why I'm learning, listening to different podcast episodes, different interviews, different conversations. Why am I doing this? Because I wanted to get better. I wanted to understand. I wanted to really comprehend what was going on, but I didn't understand what I was getting myself into. I got myself into an opportunity. And as I continue to be consistent, the opportunity is growing more than I can ever imagine. I wouldn't even imagine. If you would have said, like, what would you be 4 years from now? I would have said, bro, I don't even know. If you asked me back in 2022, I would say, man, I don't even know where I would be. I can't think that far. Yes, you can have a goal. Yes, you can have plans and how you want to plan your future out, but you never know where you're going to actually be, who you're going to speak to, where you're going to go. But it all came from an idea. It all came from me starting where I was at. If I would have waited 4 years to start creating videos and producing content, it would have been a struggle for me, because I waited 4 years to learn what I wanted to do. And since I started 4 years ago, it's teaching me every single day of what I'm doing, how I want to go about doing it, and the goal behind it. It only came from an idea. I only had an idea. I saw an old video of me creating a podcast episode. A video came from an idea. It came from I literally had a thought. I literally put out my phone and started speaking to the camera. And my whole life has changed because I decided to focus on one thing. Over time, I mean, it's so big. Because how do you know what to focus on? When I first started my journey, I was focusing on everything. You have real estate. There's this thing called surplus funds. There's a thing attached to real estate. And then you have this thing called wholesaling. And then you have this thing called, I was cooking when I started. So many different things that I was doing. And at the same time, I'm learning about what I wanted to do. I didn't even know this at the time. I'm learning about what I wanted to do, but I just had an idea and acted on the thought. I didn't talk myself out of doing anything. I talked myself into it, because as I'm talking myself into it, I now discovered why I was doing so many different things. It's okay to be creative. It's okay to have many ideas. It's okay to let your mind just wander on everything and act on everything. The downfall comes when you act on everything that you think about because you don't have a chance to improve one thing over time. It took me a while to learn that. I'm not just saying that because like I read it in the book. No, I've literally experienced why focusing matters the most, because if you focus on one particular thing, it can grow beyond your means. It can grow more than you can ever imagine. It can grow more than you can ever think. Because it's growing because you're focusing on it. And when you focus on your dream, it can grow more than you can ever imagine. Like I thought, I'm from a small town, from Little Rock, Arkansas. I would never thought that I would be in a studio like this. In a studio like this because I'm willing to dream. I'm willing to have an idea, and I'm willing to act on I'm willing to act on the idea. Life shows you that as you are learning more about yourself, never be wary about life and what opportunity is going to come, because opportunity comes from you making the decision to pursue an idea. So in closing, I want to leave you on this. Dreaming, the most important thing that anyone can ever do, because if you dream, you think you have an idea, and when you have an idea, you have to be willing to act on this idea, because today is the day for your dreams to come true. Today. Now, if you're listening to this, whenever you're listening to this, today is the day for your dreams to come true. You just have to believe that your dreams can come true and really towards an idea, really bring your dreams out. Just like in the book, The Art of the Deal, it says, if you're going to dream, why not dream big? If you're going to dream, why not dream big? Because the bigger you dream, the more work you're going to have to do. And working shouldn't be bad. You just have to be willing to put the effort into your work, into your dreams, into your thoughts, to know that it can become something big. So never be afraid to dream. Never be afraid to do the work, because today is the day for you to dream again. Because dreaming again is the most important step to having an idea for your future. So start today. Don't put it off to tomorrow. Don't put it off to the next week. Don't put it off to next month. Don't put it off to next year. Today is the day for your dreams to come true, because today is the day for you to start working towards your dreams. So if you got value from this, make sure you hit the like button. If you're listening to this, if you're watching this, if you're listening to this, scroll all the way to the bottom and go to show video or show podcast. Leave a review, leave that 5-star review, and leave the biggest takeaway on how you're going to start acting upon your dreams today. And if you're watching this on YouTube or across any other social media platforms, make sure you subscribe to this platform. And I want to leave you with a closing question. What is one dream that you are interested in pursuing, and how do you know you're interested in pursuing this goal? So that's what I want to leave you with. That's what I want to leave you with. What is one dream that you would like to pursue, and why do you think you can pursue this particular goal?